This is part 2 of what I've noticed being on strict carnivore. I'm completely zero carb and 107 days, which is about 15 weeks, and this is part 2. So we'll start with number 4. What I've noticed is that I am no longer bloated. I spent years eating, and especially stuff that had wheat in it, and my stomach always felt bloated. I always felt a little bit off when I feel bloated, and then that triggers a mental thing in me where I beat myself and punish myself for being such a glutton or eating too much or not being able to control my intake. And that was just a vicious cycle, and punishing myself for that really isn't helpful. So being on carnivore, I can feel like if I've eaten a little bit too much, but that chronic daily bloating, the gut health issues, those are gone. The next thing I noticed, number 5, is that my skin is so much better. I've suffered with really dry skin for many, many years. I live in a very seasonal climate, so I'm in Western New York area, and it gets very cold here in the wintertime. And my skin just is so dry and so flaky, and they just couldn't get enough lotion. I'll put really good quality something on my skin. I've used castor oil, stuff really thick. And now I'm going to switch into making my own tallow products, which is something I'm looking forward to. But I would put that on, and even within the day, my skin would go right back to being flaky. So it hasn't completely gone away, the dry skin, but the flakiness is really gone. And I don't have to use as much lotion. It's getting warmer, so my skin isn't quite as dry, and that helps. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how the tallow works, and with more time, if my skin heals up even better. I've had some blemishes coming up on my chest over the last couple of years. They're kind of thicknessing of the skin. There's no redness of it like psoriasis does, but I've noticed 2 spots here and a spot on my back. That's gone, and the one on my back isn't quite gone, but it's shrinking, but the one in my chest is gone. Getting over the years, getting some age spots on my hands. There's one there you can see. Those are starting to lighten and go away. And as you can see, I am really fair skinned, so sunspots are going to come out with someone like myself who doesn't have a lot of pigment pretty easily, but those seem to be not getting quite as bad. Number 6, what I've learned is about recalibration. So if you're my age, I'm in my 60s, and I've had some really bad health issues with an autoimmune disorder called polymyalgia rheumatica, where if you know what that is, it's very crippling. It starts crippling in your shoulders, and it feels like there's 2 knives in there, and it goes up your neck, can go into your hips. And it gets to the point where you have a difficult time getting dressed. But even though when I switched to zero carb, it took 2 days for me to get off prednisone. And even though the pain was still there, but it wasn't so bad that I didn't need the medication anymore. And prior to prednisone, I was using way too much ibuprofen just to function, and it was really that bad. But I am so grateful for the last 100+ days that I have not needed any medication for that autoimmune. And now what I've noticed lately is I have no symptoms. It's completely reversed. I don't know. I'm pretty sure if I go back to eating carbohydrates or something that's inflammatory, it will come back. But right now, so good, I don't even notice it. So my inflammation has gone down. I am also not one of those people who's lost 40 pounds in 40 days. I haven't really lost a lot of weight, which is okay. I've lost 8 pounds total, which is nice. But I feel like my clothes are looser, and I think it's important that if you're not well, it takes a while for your body to heal first. You're going to go into withdrawal from carbohydrates. It'll mess with your sleep, as I talked about in the first video. You're going to not feel good. You're going to maybe not feel good for months. And people say, oh yeah, I felt great after two weeks. For me, it just wasn't the case, and that might be for other people too. It just depends on how old you are, how sick you are, how long you've been really eating really awful processed foods. So really be patient. I struggled with that patience. And I'm like, when am I going to start feeling better? When am I going to start feeling better? But now I'm into 100 days and I feel great. I know there's more to come. I'm not 100% where I feel like completely like energized. Sometimes I have highs and lows. But for the most part, I feel really good. Enough that I'm never going to go back. So let me know in the comments what you've noticed in changes and what stage you are in the zero carb life in carnivore.